let's see here. Let me focus this thing in there. Okay. All right. I don't know. I have always had this ringing in my ears. I explain it away because this is basically the norm thinking anyway, but I guess, or whatever, quote unquote, or whatever norm. But I explain it away as, the years of growing up, like around a lot of live bands, mostly heavy metal and punk bands, when I was messing with the recording studio and I was helping out with the nightclubs and stuff, and then years of construction work, doing that for a living for about 20 some odd years. Just the sound of hammering and loud noises all the time, whatever. And then, just shooting off a firearm, you know what I mean? A lot. And all through my life. So, I just kind of explain it away. That's the reason why I have a ringing in my ear. And actually, I do know a lot of people that got ringing in their ear. All right. And I have met very few, but I have met people that didn't have those loud, or like listening to headphones, like like when I was a kid, like listen to, or even I like listening to headphones that like cover your whole ear and they give you that sound, or I can just immerse myself in the sound. I'm more of an audio type of guy. That's what I know better than the video part of it. But I just, they've never had those type of experiences where they've been around loud music or wear headphones or loud noises for many years or something like that. They've never had that, but yet they still have a ringing in their ear. And I've not really delved too deep into that rabbit hole, but the somewhat research that I have done, which is not a lot, but I admit, but the doctors, all they just kind of explain it away. They call it, I guess, tinnitus or some shit like that. They say it's something to do with like some kinds of nerve endings inside your eardrum that are just vibrating, and it creates that ringing. Well, I don't know. Like I said, I kind of explain it away as that, but I've also thought about different things. All right, let's just, I know this is, kind of crazy to even throw this out there, but I don't know if any of y'all have seen that movie. Was it with Roddy Piper? Was it shit? Oh godly, with the aliens and stuff. Oh crap! Well, I want to say They Live, but that's not it. I don't think. Damn it! I'm having a brain fart. Y'all out there in the ether of telepathy, help me out. But anyway, it'll probably come to me. In that movie, the main reason why the general populace could not see what was really written on the signs and the billboards and all that other stuff, all right, and was because the aliens were transmitting some kind of a signal that was basically at the right frequency in our brain, where it would basically every one of those signs, it would make us see something else because of that frequency being transmitted. There is this frequency I have featured before, and it's still Still doing it right now. I mean, I was just on my scan. See, I've got what I have right here. This is if you guys are not familiar with CB radios, this is technically marketed not as a CB radio. This is technically marketed as a 10 meter amateur mobile transceiver, which is basically a 10 meter is ham bands. So it's technically marketed as a 10 meter ham radio, and stock it is not capable to get on 11 meter, which is in between 12 and 10 meters, to talk and or listen to or any of that stuff. The frequency is not expanded enough where it will. You can actually use a CB band on this. So there's a small mod you have to do to the radio itself. Like there's a resistor you have to pop out of the board. You know, most radios anyway, it's like a jumper wire or a resistor or some shit like that just to expand the frequency range. And that's what I did with this. So I got basically 10, 11, and 12. I mean not full coverage of 10 and 12, but I got, well, actually I probably do. But anyway, I've got 10, 12, and now 11 meters in this. So I use this for my CB talking because I don't technically have a license to talk to ham, you know. I mean, you know, if people want, you know, don't give a shit if I talk on ham frequencies and they want to talk to me, I'll talk. But the fuck, dude. I don't, you know, I don't technically, I don't really recognize the so-called FCC authority. They have no authority. They're just some jackasses trying to make a buck off all of us and restrict us from our communications and our all that other shit. But anyway, it's another story. I digress. What I was going to say is there's this frequency right here, 24.546. All right, and this is lower sideband. All right, now I've showed this frequency before, but think about the ringing in your ear. What does this sound like? All right. Notice the signal strength. I'm getting a little bit more than a solid, like I'm getting about a solid 21 dBs on my signal strength right now from wherever this is transmitting from, or how, I don't know. It could be close, it could be, I don't know. I don't know where that's coming from, but that's been happening for a long time now on this frequency. There's another one that's similar to this, but the tone's just slightly different, but it's still the same thing. It's still, but anyway, I wonder now. Oh, this is another interesting part. Hold on. For all you radio guys out there, this is just another interesting part of it. All right, you hear the signal. Now this is lower sideband. That's upper sideband. Nothing. Doesn't even break my fucking squelch. All right, I got the squelch. Just barely fucking right on the edge. So I mean, it doesn't even break the squelch on upper sideband. Now this is AM. This is AM mode. Nothing. No signal. Nothing. FM. There you go. FM. Nothing. Back to lower sideband. That to me is interesting. I don't know, man. I'm not really sure, but for some reason that particular, because it is so focused on lower sideband and no other mode where it doesn't even bleed over in any way, I don't know. Just it's crazy. It just it jumps out at me. But anyway, think about it, man. What if in this damn twilight zone of a world we're living in, the signal or the ringing in our ears could be something else being transmitted from somewhere else? And what is it supposed to do? Anyway, just a random thought. And I wanted to, because I was scanning the band and I found the frequency again and I popped on it. I was like, well, I think this is something to talk about. 1122 Wingnut Radio, back out and listening.